Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about reading in general and how I got into it and how you can get into it. So, I just got some few books. I thought I would show you that first, and then we're going to talk about tips on how to get into reading, how I got into reading, and some of my favorites. So, all of these are popular book talk books. Spanish Love Deception, I've heard great things about this. All Your Perfects, this is by Colleen Hoover. I mean, it's been on TikTok, but it's not like super popular, but she always writes good, amazing books, Colleen Hoover. Now, Song of Achilles. I never read historical fiction, but everyone has said this book is amazing. It does have a sad ending, but I just wanted to check it out to see how great it was. So, those are the books I got. Now, here are the 3 books I would recommend to you if you wanted to get into reading. Now there's a lot more. I've read way more than 3 books, but you know, I have to keep this video short because even when the video got a little bit long, when I still wanted to talk about other stuff. So these are my top 3. If I had to only choose 3 books to read forever, it would be these 3. I'm gonna do them in order from my favorite to least favorite. My all-time favorite book, And Into This, by Colleen Hoover. Oh my god, it is so good. Words cannot describe. Like, I'm bad at explaining this. I'm not even gonna try to explain the book, but it's really great. Like, truly amazing how she writes it. It's like, the main character, what she goes through, the way she writes it makes you feel like you're literally there with her, and it's such a great book. Nothing but great recommendation. It's like around 375 pages, around 365, and oh my god, okay, it's just so good, like amazing the way it's written. Please go read this book, ages 12ish, maybe 13 up. This book made me get into reading. It'll make you want to but like in the end it'll shock you. And I've been like, there's some time where I just randomly think about this book and it's been months since I read it. That's how good it is. Like, books that make you feel like that are great books. Okay. Book number 2, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this is about, oh my god, okay. It's always cutting out for some random reason, but yeah, so this is about a journalist named Monique, and at the time, so she's working for like this publishing, this like not news, but like, you know, the press and like article company, journaling company, and her boss is like, okay, you're gonna do this interview with the famous, and she was like the most famous actresses ever, Evelyn Hugo. And so what Monique comes in is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do an interview with her on her new auction that she's gonna be having, about selling her dresses because, you know, she's like a billionaire famous actress, and she's gonna be selling her dresses for this charity event. But it turns out, you know, Evelyn Hugo, she was a former actress, one of the top actresses of all times, to be considered and the highest paying actress ever. She's like, you know, because she's already about to pass away of like old age. So she's like, I want you to write me a memoir, I guess you could say, of her life. So basically throughout the whole book, it's like Evelyn Hugo telling the story of her whole life, how she became an actress, things that happened, and, you know, she does have 7 husbands, and how her life was throughout those 7 husbands, you know, her journey through each one. And it will shock you. Colin Hoover and Taylor Jenkins Reid are 2 of my favorite authors of all time, and the way she writes this, I wish I could reread this book for the first time because it is so amazing. I love Evelyn. She's amazing, and what she goes through is crazy. So I would totally recommend this. Totally. Final book, The Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the, well, cute wouldn't describe it because it's a mystery book, but it's like such a nice book. It's kind of short, I guess you could say, like 380 pages, but it's just something that's so intriguing. The way she, again, all these authors are amazing. It's about, I'm gonna read this back because this back actually describes the book pretty well. It says, pretty unpopular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the... Okay, it cut off for the 4th time. That's okay. It's okay. So, it says, it was all anyone could talk about. And 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal's innocent. And the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for the answers. Now her own life might be in danger. The plot twist, the stuff that goes on through this book, I was not expecting it. It is so good. I love it so much. And it's a mystery, so it's really for like all ages. There's Pip and then Sal Singh, the one who was who murdered, supposedly, right? Like it says it right there. A few years ago, his younger brother and Pip, they both worked together for this investigation, and it goes crazy. I totally recommend this. Now, tips to get into reading. Now, number 1 is to find the genre. Now, this might take a little while because it, like, the perfect genre for you, because it did take a little while for me. Because in the beginning, like June, I bought this book because I saw it a little bit on TikTok. It was called Live by Sadie, I don't even know the last name. Sadie Aldis, I think. And it shows, like, it's kind of like her journey, like staying motivated, and like her Christianity, how she overcame fears, stuff like that, like how to stay motivated. And it was a great book. But the thing is, like, nonfiction and autobiography, I feel like that wasn't my genre, so it took me like a month and a half to read and like finish it. As of now, it takes me anywhere from like 1 to 4 days to finish a book, depending on how much time I have and how long the book is. But finding my genre, like, I love listening to that stuff, but I prefer in like podcasts, because for books, I like romance, mystery, like those two genres. So tip 1 is to find a genre, and you might not get it on your first try, because obviously I didn't, but now I'm reading so much and it's super fun. I do it with my friends. And tip number 2 is to find a TV show that is similar to your book. Like, for example, if you watch mystery shows, like I said, like, even you can search on TikTok books that are similar to this show. Like, for example, I don't know if you've seen Gilmore Girls. Books that are similar to Gilmore Girls, or books that are similar to Vampire Diaries, or you can search, because I know I've seen a few TikTok accounts do this. Search, if you like this show, read this book, and it'll like show, like, for example, if you like mystery, read this book. Like, try to do your favorite TV shows and go on your favorite book genres. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, for example, if you like mystery, read mystery books. That helps a lot. Like, if you like romance books, read romance movies, read romance books. So go off your favorite TV shows, and do a little bit of research. Obviously not like, I'm not saying, oh, go search for like an hour, but like, even if you search on TikTok book recommendations based off of this TV show, it won't even take you that long, and it helped me a lot. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to make it like fun, because that can also help a lot. Like, on TikTok, I know I keep saying that a lot, but it really is what got me into reading. I saw this girl do like a reading journal, and that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna make a series, depending on how good this video does, on like keeping track of the books she read, and like doing a little like journal entry for each one. And then you can make it a series on your YouTube if you're a YouTuber, or TikTok if you're a TikToker. You can do an Instagram post if you like that. And I got this cute little pouch, and then I got some tabs, and I'm gonna start tabbing books more, because I know that's like super cool to do for like books I've seen, and you can make reading interesting. You know, it really can be fun if you find your right genre for it. So that's tip 3. If you want to do more book research, I do have another book video called, it's like 5 books you need to read. Somewhere like that. I don't know when I posted it. I think I posted it back in December. If this book does well, I will do my January wrap up of the books I read this January, because I read a lot. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a great time. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow my Instagram, SophiaGraceJewelry _. Hopefully, I'm working on it on when we're gonna reopen, but I'm really excited. Thank you so much. See you next time.